All right, guys. It's time. It's time for the after show. So, thank you for coming. Um, Greg is fixing some things, or he's actually able to. He's able to put his light back on. Now it's cooler. Uh, that's nasty. That's disgusting. So that's what Greg looks like for those who are curious. um, hey, what's up? I am Bane. So, um, yeah, this is. I saw those vids of Anthony wearing cat ears and headphones. Yeah. I used to have cat ears. Um, Lesson learned. That's probably like the only other time I regretted buying something out of instinct because it was like it looks so cool, but then when I got them, like I they broke on me pretty fast. So I was like, yeah, I messed up on that. So I I spent $100 and something on that on those headphones too. So all right. So there's some things we did not mention during the main podcast only because we didn't have time. Um, One thing I do want to bring up, and Greg actually mentioned it as well. Um, oh, actually, I forgot. Let me unmute you, Greg.
It's 70 degrees right now.
70 degrees.
Actually, 77. I said that wrong.
Gotcha. Okay. Um, so yeah, Total Biscuit died during when I was at Fanime.
Yeah.
It was the Friday. It was the day. It was a Friday of May 25th.
Yes.
I'm-
Yes.
I
Because
remember.
I think Saturday is when I saw the news of it. 'Cause I
Right.
didn't see it Friday.
Yeah, I saw the tweet put out on Total Biscuit's Twitter account, and I was I just came from eating with some friends at Fanime before, like on the day of or day one or maybe day zero. I was walking down the street and I looked on Twitter and I saw the date of his death and his picture of him, and like we knew that was gonna happen eventually. Oh, hey, it's me. Oh my God, Inception. There he is.
No, that's fine, Discord. That was cool of you.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
there was an inception of me for a second there. Um, so so yeah, like it was I knew I think everybody knew that was gonna happen at some point. We just didn't want it to happen as early as this did. Like
Well,
he
the weird thing was, is 2 or 3 days before he passed, like he was kind of like, I'm doing better, healthy physically. And it's a mental thing, and I'm gonna need your guys' support.
yeah.
And then that was it. And then he just complications arose, and
Yeah,
he died.
I read that he had like he felt better per se like after he got off of chemo and just like you know the terminology I think that a lot of people within the medical industry put it was the last push, last hurrah per se
Well,
before he died.
yeah. My big thing, and I didn't want to talk about it during the podcast because if you've listened to the podcast in the past, you know as well as I do that 9 times out of 10, if Total Biscuit said words, I disagreed with them. 9 times out of 10. This also goes for Jim Sterling, but Jim Sterling's still alive and well. Also, arguably, Angry Joe, but that's a whole nother can of worms. I don't. I didn't hate Total Biscuit. Or, sorry, let me rephrase that. I didn't hate John Bain. I hated Total Biscuit. If that makes sense. Like,
right.
the guy was actually, like, he had good intentions, in my opinion. He had, like, at the end of the day, he just wanted what was best for gamers. I just felt like, in every way, shape, or form, he went the wrong way about it. And it showed, because the day he died, there was, like, what, 3 different developers that outspokenly, like, were just like, good riddance to bad rubbish on Twitter.
Yeah, that was awful. That was awful. Like I used to listen to a lot of the podcasts he was part of on Tuesdays, um, and early on, like I listened to a lot of his stuff, and he was he was very informative. He knew his stuff, and he, did a lot for the StarCraft 2 community as well.
Hey,
back
Discord,
then.
you okay there? I can't hear Anthony now suddenly.
Oh, can you not hear me? Hello?
Let me restart my Discord because it keeps cutting you off. So I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, go for it. Let me go ahead and do that for now. So okay, so here are my thoughts on it. So yeah, like when I saw the news and when I saw what happened, like Total Biscuit for me, there are definitely times where I agreed with him, and there's definitely times I did not agree with him, and the times where I was listening to him a lot, especially during his podcast, like I really enjoyed it because like his way of delivering or his way of going from topic to topic as a podcaster itself was just remarkable. And in some aspects, like I looked up to him. Like I was watching one of his panels he did at TwitchCon last year, and he was talking about advice for podcasters, like how do you make it on Twitch and how do you do this and this and that. And part of it was like, well, you kind of have a lot of luck, which is pretty much most of it. But like he definitely gave some good insight when it came to that. So like as a podcaster, I definitely respect for what he did. As he's a game critic and as somebody who looked into games critically, I definitely enjoyed some of the stuff he did. I don't completely agree with some other things that he said as well. But there's a lot of respect for what he has done, and he's generally like he's a cool dude. Nice guy. Sorry to see that he died, but oh whoa, why is you loud? Hang on a second.
I don't know.
Oh no, you're fine. It's just picking up some other sounds. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay.
Can you hear my fan suddenly?
Yeah, which is kind of weird, a little bit. I don't know. This Discord's being weird tonight.
We'll see if it's still like cutting. There's a good chance you might have to drop the call and just call me back. But,
okay, that's fine.
Yeah, like I said, dude, like the most recent one that really irked me was there was a situation with a lawsuit or something to that effect against I don't remember what the company was, but he went on Twitter and he just had this like strong opinion against it, and like he tried to throw out facts, and then somebody was like, no, that's not how it is, and then he was like, oh, am I wrong? Like, elaborate for me. And the guy was just like laid it all out for Total Biscuit, and admittedly Total Biscuit did the right thing, was like, okay, I'm wrong. Like, he did admit. But the issue that I have with that idea is that he's not doing he wasn't doing his due diligence before spouting shit on the internet. That's my biggest problem with a lot of these internet critics, if you will. Yeah. Arguably I'm one of them, but
we like to call ourselves pundits.
I like to think of myself as somebody who is a very opinionated, but also willing to understand that there are other people who have different ideas than I do. And I love to hear those. I love to have a discussion with those people.
Yeah. When
it's somebody who is just on camera and they're just spouting their opinion as fact, that's where I have a problem. What we do here, Anthony, is yes, we give our opinion, but we make it fucking crystal clear it's our opinion.
Yeah.
And we're not right all the time. Shit, I was wrong tonight about fucking Death Stranding being a multi-platform game.
Yeah, true.
Like, true. It happens. We're going to be wrong. We were wrong about fucking Stalker, too. It happens.
Yep.
But we admitted our mistake. We went, we said we fucked up, and we moved on. How often did we see Total Biscuit do that?
Yeah, it's...
Like...
Yeah.
Like, if I want to talk about the good the guy did, John Bain did a lot of great for a lot of people. He helped fund a lot of indie studios. He helped push a lot of people's careers forward, including Dodger and Jesse Cox and a bunch of other people he was friends with.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, he did a lot of good. He had good intentions, but I just could not agree with him 90% of the time. So unfortunately, but I never wish cancer on anybody. I never wish anybody would die of cancer. Like, he didn't deserve that in any way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with those developers like outspokenly saying like
Yeah,
good riddance to bad rubbish. That's fucked up.
Yeah,
like,
that's really
full
fucked.
on like like I'm sorry, dude. You worked on the worst Mass Effect game. Shut up. I'm from a Mass Effect fan who argues the third fucking ending all the time. You made a bad Mass Effect game.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, it's. I think the other part of it too is just like when he died of cancer, he was very young. He was like 33 when he died, which is super young. That's actually that's our age, man. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
And you know it sucks. It really does. And I think that he did a lot of good. He definitely you have his criticism of him, and that's fair.
Fucking Rivalair.
and there's definitely things that people may not like about him, but the one thing that I think we can all agree on is the fact that he was somebody who loved the industry. He is somebody who voices opinion, but he is also on top of that a somebody who's battling cancer and able to live as long as he can and to the fullest to what he can do and what he create.
Sure.
I feel
and arguably, you know, he will and has done more in terms of leaving his mark on the industry than we ever like. I don't want to say ever will, because maybe we'll get there one day, but
maybe.
He's prolific in what he did, and he is going to stick with a whole generation of people. He will.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, John Bain. Go fuck yourself, Total Biscuit. How about that?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Rest in peace. With that aside, and I think that there's only one way we can pivot from this to another stuff. So E3 is happening this weekend starting this weekend, and we're both very, very, very excited for it. So I cannot tell you how I'm excited for it. Greg's very excited for it as well.
I always get excited about E3. I'm even more excited, Anthony, that I don't have to be at my fucking sister's house.
I know. Yeah. For those who might recall previous E3s.
And now I can't hear Anthony.
Well.
Why don't you cut the call and then call me back?
Okay, for sure. So, as I'm doing this, for those wondering, in the past, what Greg would do is that Greg would have to do the show from his sister's place, and
don't screen share, by the way, since I don't need to see a timer.
Oh yeah, sure. Let me do that real quick.
Maybe that'll help.
I think I'm not. Am I not screen sharing? Hang on. A screen share
is
off.
Not anymore, no.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not anymore.
Okay. Maybe that's it. Oh, maybe that was because of last time. Remember?
Yeah. That's why I said don't do it.
Okay. Gotcha. So yeah, for those who remember in previous years, that Greg would be calling in from his sister's place, which I think you had to monitor your sister's kids at times.
Yeah. I was watching both my nephews, and the problem that came from that was we couldn't do a live reaction because their internet sucks. And then we would try to do a quick like 30 to 45 minute impression of everything we saw, which turned into a lot of me going like muting my mic and telling the kids to shut up or just saying fuck it and yelling at them in the middle of our conversation and like also on top of that, like how many times did I disconnect from the call?
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
So
yeah, like now you're gonna be with us. They're gonna be live reaction. And it's gonna be a lot of fun for sure for this year. So I'm excited for it. Also, answer your question, Scooge. In the future, maybe, but at the same time, I feel like at this point, if we want to cover E3, it's probably best to stay at home and cover it that way, or be in a nearby location.
We could apply for passes very early and get passes, but also Anthony and I, neither of us have a vehicle, and we live in the middle of California, where LA is down south. I'm not sure where you're from, Scooge.
He says
you're from California.
He says he's an hour away from LA, so.
Oh yeah, we live near Sacramento. We live closer to Sacramento.
Yeah.
So it's just a hell of a trip for us to deal with.
Yeah.
Especially with no vehicle. So, when Anthony and I are in better situations, we both have better paying jobs, and this podcast is maybe more successful. We'll think about it, but
yeah, for sure. I mean, I would love to do a podcast at E3 and just like set up like at near the show floor or in a hotel, or hell, I would love to hang around with the Giant Bomb guys because they do their end of the day interviews on each E3 day, which is I think it's really, really awesome to watch. So that'd be cool to hang out with them. But in the future, maybe one day. Right now, I think that it's just to cover E3 itself with the announcements and whatnot. Like it's best just to sit at home and watch everything from home, because like,
It's easier that way.
yeah,
For sure.
because you get all the coverage you need, and you're not there in the ground floor running from appointment to appointment to check out a game. Like it all just comes to you. So, but yeah, we're really excited.
Yeah, Valero, I don't feel like spending $200.
Unless you want to fund
Actually,
us, unless you want to fund us, unless you want to give us money.
Let's find out how much an Uber ride from my house to the LA Convention Center would cost.
I don't think it's even possible.
It's possible. The hard part would be finding the driver.
That's true. That's very true.
Let's see, LA and
Let's go together. That'd be cool. Hey, definitely one of these days.
uh.
But yeah, we're definitely gonna do our coverage starting this Saturday. So we'll be, if anything, just keep an eye on our Twitter, either mine's or Greg's, or our Twitter on our main website. So which I'll just put in chat for those wondering, real quick. If you want to follow me on.
You can't see a price for that.
That's why I told you. There's no way. Like,
Yeah, you cannot see a price for that.
what's your Twitter handle, Greg? It's Chubb.
Chub Rock Geek.
Okay.
Where did you see that, Valair?
It's Uber. So okay. Well.
I don't know, because I just my dad works for Uber, so I get a small discount.
Fair estimate is what he found it on. Okay. Yeah, but follow us on Twitter to kind of be updated in terms of like when we're going to do our live reactions, live streams. Again, when it comes to the live streams for E3, we have to look into the rules. I know that Twitch is going to put out the rules for this year this week, or in a couple of days, regarding to what the rules are for it. But you definitely will see us live reacting to the press conferences this year.
Yeah, I was like, I honestly, I was going to ask you, Anthony, do you want to do because I think the setup that we have for the podcast where our pictures are down at the bottom corners and we have the video up front, I think is how we should be doing the E3 coverage.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I can put the topics for each press conference title, so we're good on that. So I'm down for that. I don't do anything work wise to make it all ready for E3, which is
There's another reason right there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I also don't have Lyft on my phone. I was looking for Lyft. I don't have it. I thought I did.
You should get Lyft. Lyft is good. Lyft E3.
Maybe it got deleted. I don't know. There was an update my phone had, and a lot of shit got taken off. So
yeah, definitely. Okay. So yeah, the other thing I'm gonna end up doing, and I'll probably will post this on Twitter, Facebook. Hell, I'll put it on Vero and Instagram as well. But I still have a good amount of codes from Extra Life last year. So what I'll do is I'll create a bingo board for me and Greg for this year. And then I will create a bingo board for the general audience. And... Well, no. Wait, what was the plan?
I was laughing at Scooch's comment, by the way.
Right. No, wait. I can't make a general... Because, like, if I make one for the general audience, like, they're just going to copy that, and they'll be like, hey, I won! And there's, like, 400 or whatever, how many amount, like, I have to give codes to. I think... How would I do that? How would I do the bingo board for anybody who wants to enter?
I don't think the bingo board's going to work with chat. What I think we should do...
or maybe it's the dehydrated bot.
You and I should have fun with the bingo board. You and I should compete with the bingo board. Period. Right.
Right.
Just for funsies, just for shits and gigs. But in chat, we should use a Nightbot or whatever Moobot, whatever the fuck you use.
Yeah.
Because I know they have like if people type in a certain thing in chat, they're entered to win.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I think. My idea, I thought it was a minute ago. It's like we have our bingo boards, but for every right bingo we get, that we give codes away for that day. on in chat or for that moment in time. So like if I get a bingo, everybody in the chat gets free codes for first ed games. Streamline Station can do this as well.
Right.
Okay, cool. I'll look into it.
Yeah. Regardless, I don't think the bingo board's gonna work for people in chat just because it's easy to kind of manipulate that and cheat.
Yeah. For sure.
But yeah, man, like I think there's ways that we can do it. There's fun little things that we can do, games we can play.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely join us, Scooch. We're going to be for the times for starting this weekend are going to be various. We'll be on stream like an hour or half hour before the actual press conference happens. So like you'll definitely see us, and we'll have probably titles. It's like covering EA or covering Bethesda and what other conferences were going that day. So we'll definitely be up and running for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna because there's gonna be 3 segments. It's gonna be us talking about what we think they're gonna talk about, us watching it and kind of live reacting, and then right after kind of going, well, that was fucking dumb, or that ruled, yo.
Yeah. I mean,
God, I want to do a parody of fucking Ghost Adventures so bad. This fucking ghost grows up in a house.
That'd be great. But yeah, no, we're definitely excited. We'll set something up for sure. So be on the lookout. We'll talk more about it. Also, before I forget, I did say it in chat, but thank you for the follow. Bring back 3. 5th, the compromise. Yeah, okay. Weird Twitch names, but sure, I'll let it rock. Thanks for the support. So there are before saying, think first. It depends, but I get it. So one of the things I will say, because we didn't cover that I did find the past week, in an interesting turn of events, Tommy Tallarico, or Tallarico, I should say, the man behind the Video Games Live concerts that he did, he's also a guitarist, among other things. He is going to be heading a relaunch of the 1980s console and television, calling it the Intellivision Lives. Tommy Tallarico grew up with the joy of playing the Intellivision video game console, a machine from Mattel that gave Atari a run for its money in the early 1980s. Now he has acquired the rights to the console and its original games, and he plans to relaunch Intellivision as a retro brand. A wave of nostalgia has hit games with Nintendo and Atari taking advantage with launches both recent and pending of older game consoles. Now they'll have a new competitor with Intellivision Entertainment. Okay, that's cool. I mean, like, that's
neat.
It's interesting. I found out, I was like, oh, okay, so he owns the license. So he wants to relaunch it the kind of same way as like a Nintendo NES, or what do you call it? The small portable versions of the consoles.
You're just saying Reddit added again. What happened?
Oh no! Wait, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Are you talking about this news story, or just in general, what people are reacting to this?
I was trying to find the SpaceX launch, but the phone's being stupid.
It's interesting, to say the least. Good on him. Sure. You know what's crazy? Oh, I see. It's a Reddit prank. Okay, good to know. That's good to know. Good to know. Oh, what's going on?
There's a rocket about to be launched by SpaceX.
Oh shit! That's dope.
Just a little under 8 minutes.
Damn. I don't think we can.
T-minus 8 minutes. I don't think we can share it.
Yeah, I don't think we can share it. No.
But I'm gonna watch it while we talk about things.
Yeah, we're gonna see that sucker go into space. Woo!
It is. I thought they were gonna say what it was for. They probably are. I just can't hear it.
Okay. I was gonna say, you know what's crazy about the electric playground is still a thing. That is still up and running, and what's his name, Victor Lucas, I believe, still runs it, which is insane to think about, because that's been around for I don't know how long.
It's also like okay, like, why do I care?
I'm just pointing. It's just, it's crazy that's still running.
It'd be like GamePro coming out of nowhere going, "We have a new show on YouTube." No one's gonna fucking give a shit.
I mean, I'm just saying that, for as long as they've been producing content, it's just as at its own, just like, wow, cool.
G4's back, and we have Attack of the Show, but instead of fucking Olivia Munn and the other guy that I can't remember his name suddenly, I can't remember his name.
Which
holy shit?
Has it been that long?
It has been that long. I mean, he has a show. He has a show on
Twitch. It's called The Attack. I know what you're talking about.
God damn it.
Yeah. The name exceeds me too. Yeah.
It's gonna kill me until I hear that name. Anyway.
Kevin Pereira. There it is.
Kevin Pereira.
Yeah. So I was like, oh.
It was nowhere. Like, there was a little dude going through a filing cabinet of G4, and he's just like, I can't find the name.
Yeah.
But yeah, instead of like having those two, it's gonna be some other two that nobody gives a shit about, and the show's gonna flop again because they tried to bring it back on Twitch or some fuck. It's not.
It's a different.
It's that. It's the same. It's the same thing.
I mean, you could say the same for Mission Start Podcast. By next year, would be.
But we're part of this. We're part of this trend, Anthony, that is, and arguably, the zeitgeist of the internet, like what the internet is.
True. Very true.
We are part of that. That sphere of you can get your information from anywhere now. And my point is that Kevin Pereira did the right thing. He made a show right after the show he was on got canceled that was his own thing. That was why he's successful. If they were to bring back something, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, agreed. I will hop on that thing a minute ago, but like, as far as...
Did he really?
Wait, what?
I know she's with Gavin Free now, but I had no idea that Kevin Pereira dated Nick Turner.
Huh. Oh. Huh. That's interesting.
That's news to me. Well, Sarah Underwood is a very successful model.
Well, yeah.
So.
Yeah. I will say, though, speaking of the podcast, technically, this podcast has been around by next year by 10 years. The podcast officially started in 2009 in September, and since then, like, it was not as consistent because like it was like first it was weekly, then it was monthly, then it was kind of took some time off, but it's been a thing for quite some time. But technically, as of next year, it would be 10 years that Mission of Podcast would be a thing. So, yeah. Makes you feel old. It tells you that I've been doing this for quite some time too, actually, thinking about it. I've been talking to a lot of stuff, a lot of games for 10 years.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. I remember, like, the reason that I wanted to start podcasting in general was because I got really, really into the Freaking Awesome show.
Mm-hmm.
With Alec Albright, Dan Trachtenberg, and the taller dude that I can't think of his name suddenly. I still follow him on Twitter. But it was the three of them doing their show, and they would talk about all the stuff that I cared about. And then I'd also watch, like, this is that long ago, keep that in mind. I'd watch a show with Alex Albrecht and fucking holy shit, what is his name? It was him and another guy. His last name is Rose. I think his last name was Rose. I could be wrong. But they would talk about articles that were top that were like the most talked about on the website dig.com.
Hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah.
The podcast might have been called The Dig.
It might have been. I
Kevin
can't
Rose,
recall.
thank you.
Oh
Wow,
yes,
I just
Kevin
can't remember the name
Rose.
Kevin tonight.
Yes, that's right.
I
He
totally
made
just can't
Dig.
remember the
He was
Dig Nation.
yes, he was also part of Attack of the Show before Olivia Munn. It was Kevin Rose and Kevin Pereira.
Yeah, actually no. Before it was Attack of the Show, when it was
Oh no, it was this.
it had a different name on Attack of the Show.
It wasn't screen. Was it Screensavers?
It was Screensavers.
Oh
yes, and I was
shit.
all correct. Kevin Rose were on that show.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was actually when it was still Tech TV. That was before it was even G4.
Yes, that was yeah. You know, he's the guy who made Screensavers has his own show on the internet that's basically the same thing. So it's just funny.
That's not surprising. Well, I mean, a lot of the people who worked on Tech TV that got laid off or were told that their jobs were not supported anymore went off to do Rev 3, which is where Dignation went, and
Yes.
the Totally Rad show.
Yes.
Don't know who that is exactly. I'm assuming the guy that Anthony was just talking about.
We'll take your word for it.
You're gonna have to give us a little bit of context to who that is exactly and what he did to be an asshole. But
yeah.
like, what's really funny to me, Anthony, is that you know how I love the YouTube group Funhouse?
Yeah.
Apparently, 3 of them worked at G4. That's how they met.
Oh no way, really?
Yeah. Bruce Green, James Willems, and I'm just so bad with names tonight. Jesus Christ. The dude who's almost always playing the game. I think even Lawrence Sontag worked at G4.
Wow, that's crazy. That's kind of nuts, honestly.
Oh shit! Really? Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Well, what position did he have? Just out of curiosity.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
But yeah, they all worked together at G4, and actually, I think Bruce Green was a
Okay.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, Bruce Green was a producer on Attack of the Show. He actually frequently was on camera 9 times out of 10 in a dress. Spool also worked at G4, so it's really cool that they broke off and then they went to Machinima, and that's when they learned that they could do this thing where they play shitty games and make funny commentary, and it gets a lot of views. And then Machinima was really shitty to them, so then they went to Rooster Teeth, and now they're decently successful at Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, it is a small world. It really is. That's why in this industry, especially the game and press industry that covers games, you got to be kind of nice to people, because if you're not,
I missed the countdown for the rocket.
Oh no! So it's already in the air.
Yep.
It
is. It went past liftoff. It's gonna hit Mach Q. I don't know what that means exactly. Soon.
All right.
It's going 1,000 kilometers an hour right now, climbing, pretty fast.
Max Q.
It's in Max Q. I thought it said Mach Q. Thank you.
It is going at a very, very fast speed.
It just hit Max Q.
Maximum dynamic pressure.
Max Q. Falcon is currently experiencing Max Q, or maximum dynamic pressure.
Wow.
This is the point where the largest amount of aerodynamic forces is exerted on the rocket.
Wow. Cool. Science. Rocket into space.
Dude, it's I love watching these rockets take off because they are fucking awesome.
I just watched Apollo 13 actually the other day too. It's because I was watching. It's like, oh, I forgot this is a really good movie. So, rich white people doing cool space stuff, pretty much. Speaking of, so I have this other story I want to bring up real quick because something I found that it's hilarious, but it's awesome. Shaq Fu, that game is out now. Their DLC, as this is totally true. This may sound ridiculous. Shaq Fu DLC lets you play as Obama and fight Kanye West.
Wait, what?
Let me explain in this story. This is written by Tyler Therese off of Game News by ScreenRant.com. Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn, releases next week on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. But more interesting than the Shaquille O'Neal returns to virtual martial arts might be the game's first DLC pack called Barack Fu. The additional story appears to star none other than the former United States President Barack Obama. Well, for legal reasons, it will officially involve Dirty Barry, but the references make it quite clear who it's based upon. Despite being a follow-up to the widely panned 1994 fighting game Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn plays completely different and is a 3D brawler. Much like the Atari VCS, the game was successfully crowdfunded on Indiegogo and focused on the basketball star Shaquille O'Neal as a martial artist, as to save the world, and definitely a wild premise, but the game doesn't feel like that serious. Takes it seriously.
I'll be right back.
Okay, all right. I'll hold off on reading the rest of this, the DLC part, which is the main part of it. When he gets back, I'll read the second half, but that's kind of insane. That when I read that story, I read that headline. I was just like, wow, that's cool. Like that is some wild shit, but that is super cool. Like Shaq Fu, and you get to play as Barack Obama, and you get to fight against Kanye West. That's insane. That's pretty insane. That's crazy. And I'll talk a bit more when he puts it on. Okay, you're back?
I was looking for my copy of Shaq Fu, but
gotcha.
I'll hold it in front of the camera and be like, "Hi, I won too."
So the DLC information that I want to get into, while the DLC has not been officially announced, the trophies for Barack Fu gives us additional details about what to expect. Players can become the Commando-in-Chief by defeating 300 enemies and can use an attack called Barack and Rolla. Dirty Barry's fight will also lead to the confrontation with Kanye West-inspired character called Kanye. The players will get a trophy called the Death of Pablo for beating the artistic mind behind the life of Pablo. Okay.
That's a thing.
Yes.
That's just a thing we have to deal with in the world now.
I mean, to be fair, like nobody thought Shaq Fu sequel would ever happen, nor did anybody want one.
It was only popular because it was notoriously a bad game.
Yeah, so they are just going full on absurd with this game, which I welcome.
I respect the fuck out of that.
Yeah,
that's what it needed to be.
Yep. So I have to ask for a code now. I really want to play this game. Why don't you guys hype for this game? Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm
gonna play it. Like,
yeah.
That's like I'm excited for it. It's just also we're like, why?
I know we're confused as well. What I'll do is I'll contact these guys and see if I can get a code. Because I can do that now, because of this channel, and because of you guys. Because of you guys, made it possible. I gotta look them up. So,
because of you
guys, we get to get games for free. Actually,
I was trying to do the thing that PBS does.
Oh,
because the viewers like you.
Pretty much. Speaking of games, if you don't mind me diverging into sellout mode, but we are.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
But we are with Humble Bundle. They recently added us on to their partner program. So, as indicated below, there's a link to. Thank you for the host, by the way, over there. A little too late on that, but sure, whatever. There is a link below where you can click on, and it's to the monthly subscription they have for $12 a month. You get free games. And I think this month there's 3 games. I have to look it up again real quick, but basically use that link below to buy games for the monthly, and you get some of that, and they also let them know that we sent you. Let me just real quick look what games are going to be free for this upcoming month. So it's going to be Portal Knights, Black Wake, and Hearts of Iron 4. So, yes, go so check it out. Check it out if you can. And that can use your hymns discount code.
Yeah, if you use code all one word, Anthony Bad Speller, you can get 25% off anything at Hims.
Yeah, exactly.
Give it a try. Go see what happens.
Exactly. So, I feel like we're
It's not spelled correctly, and we don't have a code. We don't have something to put on the screen for you. So good luck.
So, we're almost at a point where, as far as like sponsor wise, like we covered, I think, majority of the bases I want. We have game shirts with 86 and merchandise. We've got games with Humble Bundle. The only thing left that I want to get a sponsor for is for figurines, anime figurines. So that if we can get that, that'd be great. So I can give away a free figurine every month. Or
sure. That's such a bizarre like way to like. I wasn't expecting to hear like, out of all the sponsors we could get, anime figurines like was not in my mind.
Right. That's that or something cosplay related. So,
I mean, technically both would work for this channel, but
true, very true. I think that figs probably work the best, honestly. So, tell them Daddy Scooge sent you. Email Figma. GOG is another good site out there. They got some good stuff as well. But I think if we try to go GOG, that'll be going against Humble Bundle because they do the exact same thing, except that Humble Bundle, like you can buy games for free every month, but also use that money to go to us and in charity as well.
I don't think you can buy a game for free. Just saying.
I mean, you buy into the subscription every month, and then you get those games for free.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so it's kind of going against sponsor interest. So I'd rather not try to do that because
it absolutely is. I mean,
yeah. I don't want to. We just got a Humble Bundle partnership program. I don't want to screw that up.
Don't get me wrong. If we ever lose Humble Bundle, what's up, GOG?
I know. Yeah, basically, it's a business, man. Oh man, the Humble Vault. Yeah, it's part of. Yeah, there's a ton of things that the partner program has. So
you know what we didn't talk about tonight that I wanted to touch upon. The Mario Tennis Aces demo.
Oh yeah. How is it, man?
It's fun. Like so it's really simple. So I'll actually pull out my controller and show you.
Okay.
So it's not that complicated to play. 9 times out of 10, you're just going to use A and B. A is like your standard power hit, and B is your slice. If you hit Y and like up or down will be a lob. I think you can also do a slice with B, but like if you hit up and down, it'll depend on the range. X does something, I don't remember. But the cool thing about it is that I actually switched it to LZ and RZ because doing shoulder buttons was a pain in the ass for me. But the left trigger and or shoulder button, however you map it, will be your power hit, and that's when you get all your super. However, the other side is like a power hit, but not a special. So it only uses a quarter of your special. Because, oh hey, what's up? If you aren't on a star to activate your like a super or power move, you can slow down time to run to the ball faster.
I was watching some of this.
Or
oh, go ahead, sorry.
Zone shot. Thank you. That's what it's called. The right side is zone shot.
Oh.
I was trying to remember the name of it. But the my favorite thing to do is to get some kind of distance. A is top spin. Yeah, so that's like your standard hit. B is a slice. L is flat. X is lob. Okay, that's what.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then trick shot's super fun. So do you have to? Really? I didn't know that.
I was
left stick is run. I didn't know you could do a trick shot with double tapping X while moving in this direction. Did not know you could do that.
Gotcha.
Because all I do is I use the right stick and I just press towards the ball and I'll do a trick move. The trick move is interesting though because it's either just going to move quickly to the ball or it will slow down time and move to the ball.
Gotcha. I was watching some streamers play it last night. The game looks really fun.
Dude, it's so fucking fast paced. Like it's unbelievably fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it this way: the furthest I've gotten is to the final round of my bracket. So basically, like one away from the final game.
Yes. I've seen plenty of that. It's super.
I've not won a tournament yet. I'm not that good at that game.
Right. I've seen some players that have like over 1,000 points in their profile.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
I see Valer playing it a lot, so I imagine Valer has a fuck ton of points.
Yeah.
But,
it's super cool. I like it.
Yeah, the thing I was gonna say is that each character has like a different feel to it. So like I was getting really good with Bowser, and I was like, yeah, I got Waluigi, I'm gonna use him, and I fucking couldn't. So that's a thing. But Jesus Christ, Valer.
Man, Valer, with those type of numbers, you can go pro.
Keep in mind, Anthony, if you win a tournament, I think you get about 1,000 points, but if not, the second to last game awards you like 200.
Oh wow. I've seen like 20,000. Holy crap.
That's insane. But I'm really excited for the full game because of all the different game types and modes and shit in it.
Yeah.
A story mode and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, if the game plays this fluidly, it's going to be super fun with the full release. Now, here's my only problem. Here's my biggest issue. And Valer, you can probably attest to this. The fucking netcode is goddamn garbage. Holy shit. I could get into a match with somebody that has 5 bars. I have 5 bars. He could be sitting next to his router. I'll be sitting next to my router. Nothing is wrong. All of a sudden, it's down to 1 bar. Their netcode is garbo. It's so frustrating because all of a sudden, like he'll serve the ball at me, and I'll be mashing the button to hit it back, and my character does nothing.
Am I assuming this would be an indication for what's to come?
Is it peer to peer? I heard it wasn't.
Okay. If it's peer to peer, it might be a different story. But I'm thinking that is the case. That might be an indication of what's to come for possible online service for Nintendo when that launches officially. So, curiosity. Kind of wondering how that will play out. All of it's P2P. That's interesting.
Not that I know of, Blair. Especially with Splatoon. I heard this. I believe Splatoon is not peer to peer.
That's interesting. Of course it is huge. Of course. I love that. I love that plays a P2P. Yeah, that version's great. Oh man. Speaking of, will MK11 come to Switch? Oh boy, but then who knows? I don't know. I mean, well, I will say though, like.
I'm looking it up right now, Blair.
I will say though, you're not the first person to say that when it comes to some of their online games with Nintendo Switch. I know that for BB Tag, there's also issues with the internet, with the network and that as well. So my gut instinct saying that Nintendo is just gonna figure out what is causing all these issues and fix it in time for the official launch.
That's my thing. That's why it's telling me that it's not a peer-to-peer situation, because like I said, I'll be going against somebody who has 5 bars, and then all of a sudden it drops down to 1. And it shouldn't be doing that, because unless like his internet completely shit out on him, which I have a hard time believing that.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so I'm interested to see what happens. I'm more interested now in terms of like what the network's going to be. I'm pretty sure it's going to be rough at the very start, but if Nintendo can pull it off and have a pretty good netcode going forward afterwards, then they'll be fine. But I'm curious to see how it pans out. Man, oh yeah, so not to change topics, but I do
But
want.
the other thing I should mention, Anthony, the other thing I want to bring up is that I'm far from the only one complaining about this. Like that's a consistent complaint on the internet from everybody who's been playing the demo is that the connection is just awful.
Looks like the Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart are P2P, from what Valera is saying.
How?
I don't know. Don't know. I'll take your word for it, Valera.
But even if it is P2P, like you're still going to have netcode issues if the netcode's bad.
Sure. I don't know. My knowledge of P2P is basically like it's whoever has a better connection. Memory recalls, but I could be wrong. I'm not too well versed in that area, but whatever information you find that may be true, I'll just kind of go for your word for it. P2P can be good.
No, I'm not saying it can't. I'm not saying P2P can't be good. I'm saying what I'm saying is that a peer-to-peer netcode. I mean, it makes sense to me that Mario Tennis would be peer-to-peer.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
have a really hard time believing that Splatoon is peer-to-peer. That's 8 people together being peer-to-peer. It's
madness.
a lot. It's kind of complicated.
A bad netcode is everywhere, just not with large team-based games. Okay.
I mean, I have faith that Nintendo will fix whatever issues. Like that's why
Right.
the demo exists.
Right. Definitely. I mean, like, let's keep in mind that the official launch of the online system is not until later this year. September.
COD is peer-to-peer? The fuck?
Again, Nintendo's figuring it out. I'm very curious to see how they do it, because I feel like this may be the first time they are going to tackle on such a large scale their online service with a lot of people. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm just going to see how that goes. Interesting. Very interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Fascinating. Fascinating. So there's MMOs that do peer-to-peer. Jesus Christ. Okay.
A whole new world.
No, I guess I don't know how peer-to-peer works. I thought I did. I'll admit that shit. I don't know how peer-to-peer works.
P2P can work across networks of a lot of people, just not as stable as dedicated servers. I could believe that. Yeah.
That's what I've read. That's what I've been told by people who work on that shit. So, but that being said, if I'm not the only, like, we don't really see a whole lot of people complaining about clearly the peer-to-peer connection with Mario Kart and Splatoon, but I see a ton of people complaining about the Mario Tennis Aces one. So clearly, there's something wrong there, and it needs to be fixed, and I'm sure it will be by the release of the game.
We'll see. We'll definitely see. The game comes out pretty soon too, actually. So, and even then, like, I think they're gonna trying to work out the kinks out anyway. So we'll definitely see in the future.
Peer to peer.
But I do want to bring up, and I need to ask, did you watch Fooly Cooly 2 yesterday?
Not yet. No, I plan on it.
So it was funny. I was watching it, and the one thing that came to mind when I was watching, I was like, "What was the story of Fooly Cooly 1?" And I was trying to think, like, it was actually confusing. I can't remember exactly what the story was. So I looked back and read the plot synopsis for Fooly Cooly 1, and what I read, I did not catch any of that when I was watching the original Fooly Cooly. Given I was a lot younger, and I was still getting into anime, but like I did not catch any of that story from watching it that way.
I'm sorry, Anthony. I'm looking at a fucking peer-to-peer, like, how a peer-to-peer works in an MMO on a graphic.
Mind blown.
Nope.
Mind blown.
Just nope. That is a lot to deal with right there. It basically forces like a few computers to be servers.
Yeah, I can believe it.
That's basically it's well, that's just a pentagram. That's ultimately what it's doing, and everyone else is just kind of connecting to it. That's why people don't like peer-to-peer. They'd rather have a server-based online multiplayer. I'm sorry, I'm just learning right now.
Yeah. No, yeah, go for it, man. Go for it.
But if that's the case, like I said, if that's the case, and Nintendo just uses a peer-to-peer system, and Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon 2 work really well, then I don't think we have a whole lot to worry about.
I know that feeling. I know exactly that feeling.
I Valera have not experienced any fucking like major latency Issues with Splatoon 2. You played a lot more than I have, but I just personally have not experienced. But then again, what I've experienced in Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8, I have also experienced on Overwatch, and that game has dedicated servers. So
Yeah. The more you know. Knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe.
well, the reason you got me down that rabbit hole is because I thought I knew what the fuck I was talking about, and clearly didn't.
Nope.
So I wanted to make sure that next time I have the conversation, I have some knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like I said, the more you know. So, cool. Awesome. I actually, honestly, I want to see more of that game. That game looks really cool. Game is, looks pretty rad. So.
Dude, it's so much fun to play.
Nice.
Like, it really is.
I would love playing it probably if I had a Switch. Unless you guys want to buy me one. My birthday is next month, so.
Get your fucking mouth away from your mic.
What's wrong, Greg? What's wrong? You don't like my voice in your ears? But yeah, Nintendo has refurbs online now. Oh, for Switch, $275. Cool. Well, I am kind of jobless at the moment. I do freelance.
$15 less than it would normally cost, Anthony.
I know.
Why buy a fucking refurbished one for $275 when you buy a new one for $300?
I know, exactly.
Okay, that's a deal.
I'll get one in the future, at some point.
So one thing I was going to ask you is, do you think that Nintendo could announce at their direct that Mario Maker like Redux is coming to the Switch?
I fucking hope they do. That'd be great, but I don't think it will happen. I wish, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
I really want it to happen.
Yeah.
So bad.
Same here, but it's not gonna happen because like the way the interface was lent to itself in the Wii U, like it's how you would have to change it for the Switch and how that would work.
I don't think that that's too difficult to do.
I think there's some things that you have to change.
Okay, hold on. When you say how the interface worked with the Wii U, what are you talking about?
When you create levels.
It was the same on the screen as it was on the Wii.
Oh wait, true. There's touch. There's touch on the Switch. Never mind. Scratch that.
The only thing I would say, the only thing I would have like, I don't think we're getting any 2D Mario anytime soon.
No.
There's a reason behind it, but I'll get to it in a second.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I would have, like, they would have to release the game with a stylus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree. Yeah, for sure.
I fucking love my Switch. I just bought Wizards of Legend. That game is a fucking
Do I?
It is a roguelike.
Hang on a second.
It's hard as fuck.
What's the game called? Wizards of Legend?
Wizards of Legend.
Let me see. I might. Okay, no. Oh, this looks good though. Holy shit, it looks awesome. Is that
the
on?
reason I was gonna say for Larry is I think that the only 2D Mario that we'd be getting would be in the new Super Mario line, and I think that line's done. I think they finished that line off.
Okay. Yeah.
And with how popular Odyssey is, I just don't think that they're going to try to overstep Odyssey's success right now with a new game.
Yeah.
But coming out with an old game, that's a different story.
Yeah, they're going. If anything, they're going to milk Odyssey for as much as they can. They'll bring up DLC, some new content for the game, but I think they're going to milk it as long as they can before they make another Mario game. So that's my guess. So,
I want to buy. Oh my god, I have it on my wish. Let me think.
Let me take a wild guess. Is it a Sushi Strikers?
No, actually, I played the demo of that. Not interested anymore.
Really? Not your cup of tea?
It's not. Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
West of Loathing.
Oh, wasn't that a game that Josh suggested to check out?
Yes, but it's been suggested not just by him but other people too that I should play it. I also want Yoku's Island Express. That game looked like a lot of fun. Let's see what's in my wish list. Hang on. Whoop! Didn't mean to click on that game. Icy.
Okay.
Let's see. The games in my wish list are Yoku's Island Express, Ikuruga,
Oh.
West of Loathing, Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. I still don't have that. I need to buy that.
Yeah.
Aegis Defenders, the Neo Geo King of Monsters. Not that I need that.
Oh wow.
I want to get Sonic Mania on my Switch, even though I have it on my Xbox.
Yeah.
Night in the Woods, Eerie, and Snake Pass. Those are all on my wish list.
Gotcha. Is Sushi Striker, or I'm asking for Larry, but is Sushi Strikers, how much is it right now on the Switch? Is it 60 or?
I don't think it's out actually.
Is it not out? Oh, okay.
I could be wrong with that, but no, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
That's right. There's a character named Greg in that game. He's pretty rare apparently. Okay, Sushi Strikers is out. Okay, got it. Never mind. Yeah, no, Sushi Strikers was just like it was a very fast-paced puzzle game, and it wasn't something I was interested in. Like it's very cute. It's very like the game in itself is not bad. I just wasn't for me. No, it's not out yet. God damn it! It's not out yet. It comes out on the 8th.
Is the Blaze Blue Cross Tag demo still playable? Yes, I believe so. I saw that running this past or last weekend when I was at Fanime. They had setups for it for people to play Blaze Blue Tag Battle. So I believe so. That game comes out this week, by the way. So I am gonna watch a lot of that. That's gonna be a lot of fun to watch.
He's gay. No. Why did I put that on my list? Anyway, sorry. What was I gonna say? I did buy also Bloodstained: Curse of the Moon.
Nice.
Which I highly recommend.
Cool.
Dating a bear, huh? Okay. Well, that's a little too on the nose, wouldn't you agree, Blair?
It's dope. Sick. There's a lot of good games.
It's dope and sick, bro.
There's a lot of good games coming out, man, or at least some. This year has not. This year has not been like the bombastic year that was last year. Like, there were a lot of great games last year that were just fantastic.
Wow. So you want to hear? Okay, here are the top 6 games currently on the Switch.
Okay.
Number 1, Wizard of Legend. Number 2, Bloodstained: Curse of the Moon. Well done, Inti Creates. Number 3, Mega Man Legacy Collection 2. Number 4, Mega Man Legacy Collection 1. Number 5, Stardew Valley. And number 6, Hyrule Warriors.
Cool. I respect it. Yeah.
Well, five of those 6 games are like old school graphics.
I know. Hey,
hey Switch, or hey Nintendo. Just throwing this out here. People want to play your old games.
Yeah, and they'll say, of course, we'll let you play our old games, but our service when it launches this September. And getting those old games when you subscribe to our online service for $20 a year.
Scooge, you haven't played the Bloodstained Curse of the Moon yet? Because you're waiting for the full release? Is that what you're saying?
I know, right, Scooge? Bloodstained, I guess, is not fully released. I know the other one's out, but
No. Ritual of the Night is not out yet.
is it not?
Nope.
I thought it was the Castlevania graphics one.
It's not out yet.
Really? I swore it might have been out.
Curse of the Moon is out, and that's the one by Inti Creates. But the one that's by Ikaruga, whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
Iggy, yeah, that one has not out yet.
Okay, gotcha. All right, cool.
Okay, so Scooge, I would recommend buying this one because it's not going to be anything like the other one. This game plays more like Castlevania 1 than it does than what the other one. The other one will feel more like the PS4 game that I can't remember, Symphony of the Night. That's what the new one will play like. This one plays like 8-bit Castlevania.
How's the music, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
Phenomenal, like really good. Plus, it's like two entirely different groups of people, studios. Like they took characters and ideas from Ritual of the Night and kind of like fudged them.
Nice.
The way that I would say that this plays, or that this has a relation to the other Bloodstain, is basically how like Mighty Gunvolt Burst is to Mighty Gunvolt and Mighty Number 9 and Gunvolt.
Nice. Awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Again, I'll play it eventually at some point.
Yeah, you do get it if you get it for free if you're a Kickstarter.
Yeah. I was thinking about to kick back in that game or helping that game be funded. I did because I was like a little cautious of like how that's gonna turn out, just because of like how Kickstarter games are not. Some of them you have to be very wary of. Like some of them.
Sure. I mean, here's the thing, and we've talked about it on the podcast before. If you're backing a game on Kickstarter, or you're backing anything on Kickstarter, you're a producer. Now, when you go, oh man, I'm worried that my $20 isn't gonna go anywhere. Imagine being a producer that gives somebody $2 million to make a movie. Or $20 million,
exactly.
or $200 million. It's a gamble, kind of a gamble.
Welcome to the game industry.
Yeah, so, you might lose out on that money. The game might suck, but at the same time, if it's something that you want and you're excited about maybe the potential of it being good, then be a producer.
Yeah, definitely. That's why the last thing I donated for or gave money to a game company was Lab Zero, but that was for Indivisible, which I know Lab Zero is good for when it comes to making games. When I saw that they got delayed until next year, I was like, all right, that's fine. Like, hey, I know you guys are doing this entire thing 2D animation wise, like Skullgirl, so it's gonna take some time to make it good. So
I want to do something. I want to play a little game real quick.
Okay.
Scooge. You not wanting to spend money and back Bloodstain, while you did Mighty Number 9, but Mighty Number 9 burned you, so that's why you didn't back Bloodstain, is kind of exactly what we were talking about earlier with the Microsoft guy, basically saying that funding new IPs is a gamble.
Exactly.
That's almost exactly the same thing.
I understand why you didn't. At the same time, that's kind of the basis of what the game industry is.
I get it. I totally get it. Like,
yeah.
If you're cautious and you're wary, don't spend your fucking money. It's your money. Like,
yep.
I'm just pointing out, like, a lot of people will sit there and not understand. Not the saying that Scooge doesn't.
Right. No, it's definitely understandable in both ends. So, like, yeah, for sure. Capitalism, money, cash. It's my money and I want it now.
Prizes, I love it. Sorry, I had to quote.
Oh yeah, Smash TV. Yeah, of course.
Well, technically Running Man.
Was it really? Is that where it came from? Prior to Smash
Yep.
TV? Okay.
Yep.
All right. I just remember. I
It's,
just remember that quote from Smash TV because I played it a lot when I was a kid.
Valaire's running through a whole course of a guy who apparently had a huge corporation, lost it all, and now is now home.
Counter pits. That's hilarious. Oh boy.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, for me, I don't have a lot of money, so I'm not gonna back anything because I don't feel like being a producer. Like, full on, straight up, 100%. Don't feel like being a producer. What I will support is like somebody who is trying to do their thing. So if somebody has a Patreon,
yes.
or
I'm always for that for sure.
or like a Twitch channel, they're already being entertaining, and you get to watch a little bit for free, and you're like, you know what, have my $5 a month. That I'm 100% behind.
Yeah.
But I personally have a hard time backing a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe or a what's the other one that I heard?
There's a bunch of new ones. Coffee. It's another one that you can support on.
Basically crowdfunded.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless somebody's using one of those for a like a medical situation, then I'll definitely try to help out. But.
Yeah, I'm always support. If anything, for me, like always support of artists who have a Patreon, or who have other means to support, because artists, especially somebody who is an artist as well, like it's pretty tough out there to become an artist in any sorts. So I'm always supporting them out there, either following on Twitch, retweeting their stuff.
Hot out there for all pimps, son.
And like at times when I had money, like I would also be a patron for some artists. So I'm always down for that. But yeah, no, let's. I think the only other company I can think of that I would like to be a producer of is Way Forward. Way Forward's got some great games. I love them. Shantae was freaking great. I got the other Shantae games I need to play through actually.
Well, Shantae also had a fun like that's the thing is you'll notice that a lot of the games that get a huge amount of funding are the ones that are like have somebody behind it that has experience.
Yeah.
So like you'll notice that like Shenmue got funded really easily, and Blood so easily. Watch Peter die. They were good. Like Shovel Knight definitely is one of the weird ones. But Mighty Number 9 got funded because of who was behind it. That kind of shit like is going to be prevalent with the crowdfunding scene. But when it comes to like new IPs and stuff, like I would love to see the percentage of crowdfunding, entertainment-based crowdfunding, I think, that go through versus the ones that don't. I'd love to see that percentage.
I think so too. I think that there is a much lower percentage of projects being funded versus projects that are that failed. Like I think that there's less. I'm trying to say that there's the cases that are funded are the lower numbers, but the ones that aren't are probably the higher numbers. So,
yeah,
for sure. But yeah,
we should probably wrap up though because it's 10:30.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But I'm excited. Are we doing what's on tap on Thursday?
Yeah.
Or we're gonna hold off because we're gonna be busy the weekend.
I mean, there's nothing going on Thursday. I should be free on that day, because the E3 thing won't start till Saturday. So.
Right. Yeah. That's why I'm asking if you want to, because we're gonna be doing Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Oh, so, I see what you're saying. Just like kind of hold off. Oh, I was just saying. I think I'll be fine.
Okay.
I think I can go through it. So, explain what on tap is. So, what's on tap is the title of our Let's Play show that we do on Thursdays, where Anthony sucks at games, or Anthony in chat laugh at him, kind of.
Not just chat.
Well, it's you too.
Wait. Valaire fucked up. Valaire fucked up in describing that. Why would Anthony laugh at himself, huh, Valaire?
I mean,
fucking scrub.
But basically, it's a let's play series that we both, well, I play games and Greg watches and everybody else in chat. And basically, we talk about whatever, but we also talk about the game and we have fun. And the whole title of What's on Tap is basically the kind of role play aspect of I'm a bartender. I'm serving good times and good vibes for people to play or to come to my bar and have fun while I play the games on stream. That's kind of the whole role play aspect of that, the premise of it. But basically, it's a let's play series. So right now, we just started Market of the Ninja. So which that game is so far pretty fun.
Yeah,
pretty
I'm
cool.
going to intentionally position myself so that way I'm not distracted by anything else while you play that, and I'm exhausted.
Yeah, you were kind of dead that day.
Oh, so bad. Give me some fucking crap.
You've been on these streams before. Oh, have you? Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, What's on Tap is kind of is fun. It's basically me talking to you guys and then teasing Anthony about his stupid gameplay.
I will say the other reason why I made the series because I have a bunch of games.
Well, the first hour wasn't bad.
But like the other reason why is because I have a bunch of games on Steam that I need to get through, and this is my excuse to play those games on stream to get through them. Because before Market Ninja, I fully completed. Well, I completed Super Meat Boy, and then I played Adventure Capitalist, which was interesting, and various other games as well. So like, it's just a way for me to play my games, play through my library of games. Because let me tell you, as somebody who owns a PC and lots of games, I have a huge backlog of games I've yet to touch. So, yeah, that's my excuse. Anyways, I think we should definitely wrap it up. So again, we'll let you know our plans for this weekend. We will be going live about a half hour, an hour before the E3 show begins when it comes to some of the press conferences. It will definitely give our thoughts and as far as like predictions and whatnot. It's gonna be a fun time. So, aside from that, normal schedule this week. Monday, tomorrow, the Skullgirls online tournaments will be tomorrow. Wednesday will be the video editing stream, which I'm pretty close to finishing the video project I'm working on right now. At least this the big part of it. Thursday, What's on Tap, and then Saturday, it's our E3 showcase starting. So that's gonna be awesome. Anyways, so that's gonna do it. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for following, and thanks for the bits again, Belair. But that's gonna do it. So with that being said, thank y'all, and we will see you guys next time.